moving on, about human rights. I'd just like to know, if you were in power, you had some influence to exercise, this recent case of Lena Joy, the Malaysian woman who wanted to become a Christian, she's a Muslim, in order to marry her Christian fiancé, and Malaysia's highest court said she wasn't allowed to do that. Was that a violation of her human rights?
Well, the Malaysian highest court should not have said that she shouldn't be allowed. The issue of freedom of conscience, freedom of religion, is something which is sacrosanct, defended both in Islam, in Islamic theology, as my understanding of Islam, and also the Constitution. What is asked upon Lena Joy is to get her to go through the procedures.
So she should have been allowed to become a Christian?
It is her right.
Allah besar, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Jadi kalau begitu, saya kata, ya setelah dia Allah itu, dia nak sebut, dia dia. Allah nak kita guna istilah nama Allah. Saya kata saya juga dengan dua-dua guna ulama-ulama Islam, tak ada masalah.
That happens to be an advantage when you are confined for 6 years in solitary confinement. We have all the time in the world to reread the entire collected works of Shakespeare, or Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and the Bible, various translations, King James Version, etc.
But the debate hasn't stopped by the fact that you are not prepared to adopt secular or Islamic State, because some of your neighbours are concerned, some big nations like the United States and Australia are concerned that there isn't a commitment, it would seem, to a secular state.
It is not an Islamic state. It is a democratic liberal state. It is a state that respects the rule of law, a freedom of conscience and freedom of expression. Why do you choose to disagree? Just because we refuse to adopt that term, which is a peculiar historical experience with historical antecedents in Western historical experience. So why do you expect Muslim societies to adopt that? But I have no qualms about the debate. I have no problem with the discourse. And people ask me, Anwar, since you do not adopt and the party do not endorse Islamic State, do you then support a secular state? I say, why do you want me to thread me into these labels? Let me then explain why I want liberal democratic state, freedom of expression, freedom of conscience, rule of independent judiciary. Is that acceptable? They say yes, acceptable.
And that you're in freedom of religion.
Yes, freedom of conscience, which is I mean freedom of faith. Freedom of conscience means freedom of religion, and we are committed to that. That's why even on this apostasy and conversion, we have made it our position clear that the issue of personal belief or religious belief or conscience is something to be decided by the individual, not by the state, not by the legal process.